And the gun sends them off. It's a final event for the girls. 4x400 meter relay open. And we see McDonald College on the inside making a move. St. Joseph's Convent, Grenville on the outside, being chased by SAS. St. Joseph Convent, St. George in action. St. David's Catholic making a strong run down the back straight. St. Joseph Convent, St. George, St. David's Catholic making a strong run. It's the first of 4 legs. Here we go down the top turn. Getting ready to strike for that 100 meter mark. It's St. David's Catholic, St. George's, St. Joseph Convent, St. George's, St. Joseph Convent, St. Andrew. Your top 3. 4x400 meters. McDonald College on the inside. SAS is making a strong run. We're getting to the first handover. It's St. Joseph's Convent, St. George. SAS on the outside. St. David's Catholic. St. Joseph Convent, St. George is gone. SAS, St. David's Catholic. And on the inside, the Anglican High School. We continue. 4x400 meters. For girls, it's McDonald College. McDonald College in the lead. St. Joseph Convent, St. George. SAS is right there. St. David's Catholic also in the mix. Anglican High School, Boca. 200 meters to go. It is still. But here comes St. Joseph Convent, St. George on the outside. Getting into the 100 meter zone. St. Joseph Convent, St. George trying to put some space between herself and St. David. McDonald College, SAS. St. David coming to the front. Pushing to the end. Getting ready to make that next handover. St. David's, St. Joseph Convent, St. George, SAS. Your top 3, St. David's Catholic, Convent, McDonald College. Your top 3 at this moment. SAS is right there. St. David's, St. Joseph Convent, St. George, McDonald College, and SAS. Closely bunched. That's your lead pack. It's excitement building. 4x400 meters for girls. It's their last race. St. David's, St. Joseph Convent, St. George is there. McDonald College, SAS on the inside. Here we come on the outside. The Anglican High School is making a move. They're all bumped up, but it's St. Joseph Convent, St. George. Here comes the Anglican High School. Anglican High School moving on the outside. McDonald College making a charge for it. Here we go. It's McDonald College coming through. The Anglican High School is going to hand over first. McDonald College, SAS, St. David's Catholic is the Anglican High School. McDonald College and Convent. Here we go. This looks like the final leg. It's McDonald College pulling away. But St. Joseph Convent, St. George isn't giving up. It's Pitches Panchu of the McDonald College. It's Pitches Panchu, McDonald College. St. Joseph Convent, St. George is trying to respond. She is responding. It's Logie. It's Annie Logie trying to catch Pitches Panchu. McDonald College. McDonald College and St. Joseph Convent, St. George. Here comes Annie Logie. And St. Joseph Convent, St. George celebrates winning the girls 4x400 meters. It's their glory and honor. They can take the bragging rights. They're champions of the big race, the girls 4x400 meter relay. And the Convent girls celebrate.